What is happening, guys? God, welcome to the casting couch. This looks really weird. But do you know what? I thought to myself, you lot have been following me for a while, and sometimes I kind of think, what better way for you to get to know me a little better, other than me running around razzing about in cars, than to do a little Q&A session where I can get to know, well, I can't really get to know you, but at least I get to know what sort of questions you want to ask me, whether it's weird or practical. What I wanted to do was at least tell you guys a little bit about myself, because you might have joined on after the whole Drift Queen thing, after we did like season 1 and 2. I was on Red Bull, so there's quite a few people joined from that situation. And just in general, really, I thought it'd be quite nice to talk about something other than maybe cars for a few minutes, because although it does dominate my life, there is a lot more to me than just cars, weirdly enough. So I did a Instagram question thing. I asked you guys, I was like, look, oh god, I'm making a video for YouTube, and I thought I would go through a few of your questions. So we will start straight in with, what was your first car? So my first car was a Volkswagen Mark IV Golf 3-door, white, before white became a thing. So we're talking like back in 2000 and oh god, I was 17, right? So that's 10 years ago. It's 2020. 2010. So everyone wanted black cars, and then I managed to get a white car. You know, I wasn't exactly the first. It wasn't first mover advantage, but at the time I thought I was dead sick, because it was like 1.4, 3-door, Mark IV Golf. I went all the way up to Newcastle to get it, because I was looking at them for absolutely ages. I knew what I wanted, and yeah, it was sick. It was slower. It was the slowest car I've ever had in my entire life. Like, it would not pull the skin off the custard. But everyone thought it looked like a GTI, because I kind of put loads of little trick bits on it. I made it completely anniversary and US spec as well. So I swapped my bumpers with someone in the US, had like the shortened plate recess on the back, then had like the front plate recess taken out on the front and filled in. So that was like just the one rub strip around the front. And I had the little lights on it as well, and lowered, and big wheels, and yeah, I absolutely adored that thing. But yeah, slowest thing I've ever driven in my life. Right, next question. Will you get another car? If I was to get another car, it would probably be something useful, as in like a vehicle that I could tow a trailer with. So I'm looking more into maybe SUV truck territory. Because at the minute I've kind of got most bases like covered. I've got the bases covered that I want. So I've got like drift car, classic car, performance car, and I kind of really want a sort of vehicle that I can use to be practical. Maybe that's me being 27, I don't know. But yeah, it'd be good if I could actually tow a trailer or tow the S15 around, because at the minute that is my main issue, getting that from A to B. So yeah, that answers that question. If I was to get another one, I would get a tow vehicle. That's really boring. Yeah, I'll get an F40. No. What do you want to achieve by the end of 2020? I've actually got 5 really clear goals for 2020. 1, learn how to do a backflip. 2, learn how to wheelie a motorbike. 3, climb a mountain. Like Snowdonia, not like Kilimanjaro or anything. Like, we're going to start small and work our way up. 4, read 15 books. And 5, did I say do a backflip? No, 5. What was the other one? I had another one as well. Oh god, I can't even remember what that was. Oh, 5 would be wheelie, backflip, books, climb a mountain. 5. Oh yeah, it was to do a drift competition again this year. Christ, I hadn't even written them that long ago. It's bloody January and I can't even remember them. So yeah, that's my 5, what I wanted to achieve by the end of 2020. Oh, and the other thing that I was going to say was like to keep on with the quitting of smoking. So I haven't smoked a cigarette all the way through January now, and I've, unfortunately, I know everyone hates it and it's really silly, and I know it is, have been a smoker for a long time, and it's like I've quit. So my goals by 2020 is to be no more smokes ever. Next question. If you had to get a non-YouTube job, what would it be? Know that straight off. I would either be in the ambulance service, or I would be back in something creative. So before I did YouTube, I worked in a PR agency. Kind of hated PR, but I love the whole sort of creative that goes in behind brands, like doing brand activations, that sort of thing. But I think the emergency services thing is definitely more up my street. Not just the ambulance driving thing, but just the whole, like, the variety that you would see every single day in your life, in your job. Like, I'm one of those people that has to be, like, constantly doing something. So I think that type of job would keep me bar stimulated. Definitely. Next. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? 10 years, I will be 37. Ugh, that's a long way off. But in 10 years' time, I would hope that I've kind of really got to the top of my game and gained like a load of respect, and just sort of be out there driving cars, knowing my shit, doing my thing, enjoying life, got a bit of money behind me, you know, just living good. Not anything too mental, like I don't want to be buying helicopters and stuff. Like, I've really fallen in love with Ireland. I'd like a big like house that I've built in Ireland, and you know, maybe a flat in London. Like, I'm gonna have to work quite hard actually, judging by what I want in 10 years. But yeah, just to be successful and happy would be the main things in 10 years. And hopefully, like, by that point, 37, I won't have had to have too much work done to my face. So yeah, still looking pretty young at 37, hopefully. Are you still looking to get a bike? That is a big yes. Loads of people have been asking me about the bike content stuff. I really enjoyed it last year, like getting out on the track and sort of really getting my teeth into another skill. And it makes you so much more aware on the roads. It's critical that you have your awareness on the roads when you're on a motorbike. But yeah, getting out on the track, it gave me a whole new awareness of driving. It's riding, but driving, you know what I mean? Like, you're just looking through the corners better and things like that, and the way you're taking corners is like another level again. So yeah, looking to buy a bike hopefully, but I'm going to start riding a few different things, getting my foot back into it and feeling it out. I'm not the best rider in the world because I haven't been doing it that long. I've only been in it like 2 and a bit years now, so I'm just gonna, you know, find my footing with it, start making some videos, like be a novice in my videos, like no stress. But yeah, 100% back on a bike and back into the bike content. Will there be a season 3 to Drift Queen? Well, I don't actually know, to be honest, and that's genuinely from my heart. I didn't even think I was going to get a season 2. So season 3, if it happened, would be amazing. But it's like one of those things, isn't it? It's a bit like Tomb Raider. Like, how many sequels do you need? When we left the end of season 2, we left it at a high because I just did my first competition. So I sort of kind of spread my wings from the beginning of season 1, where it was like the whole thing was to get back into competitive motorsport, and then bang, there I was at my first competition for the first time in 10 years at the end of season 2. So it's like, really all I want to do is continue on with that and, you know, see where it goes. Like, you never know, competition is hard, and I'm practicing as much as I can to sort of get better all the time. You know, if they wanted to do a season 3 like Red Bull, that would be great. But do you know what, like, I'm really happy with that series as a body of work because it was so true to me, you know, like nothing was hidden. All the swears were in there, like all of the tears, all of the emotions. And to be fair, like, there's plenty of stuff on the cutting room floor that didn't make it in, but the things that you guys did see, that there was no bullshit in it. It was just it was true to form. It was stressful to film, wicked to film, but yeah, a real big journey, and something that I'm like so proud and happy and grateful to have been a part of. How did you first start creating content? What gave you the confidence? Do you know what? I'd always been like on Instagram doing stuff. Like, I remember obviously going to car shows when I was younger, like 17, 18, 19. I think I got my Instagram like 17 or 18. Definitely when I had the Mark IV. And I was always taking photos, and I sort of loved that whole aesthetic thing. Like, I worked at a streetwear shop at the time when I just sort of turned, I think I was like 19 or 20, I can't remember how old. So I loved that whole thing, you know, with the trainers and the streetwear and that whole vibe. Everyone was out taking cool shots, all the rest of it. And I just applied that to my cars, but that was just static images using Instagram. It was actually 2016 when Lenny the Geezer, actually, like, do you know this whole YouTube thing is actually down to Lenny the Geezer putting me in contact with some people. So, you know, he's a good boy, love Lenny. thanks for that. He put me in touch with Sam Seen Through Glass, and he was like, oh, have you ever thought about doing something on YouTube? And I was like, oh, I've seen like what people have been up to, but they were the two guys that really sort of, along with now my management, were pushed me like to make that jump, because I was so scared. I was like, oh, I know, what are people going to say about me? Because I had a few followers on Instagram and stuff, and you know, it was one of those things that I was just so scared of people taking a piss, basically. I mean, don't get me wrong, they still did, but yeah, they kind of like, just give it a bash, see what happens. You know, what's the worst that can happen? It flops. You know, I mean, we're sitting here like a couple of years later, but yeah, it was just to push myself off the ledge type thing. And if you go back and watch my first video where I'm driving around Bruntingthorpe Airfield I think it's in a Defender, I was so nervous. I could barely talk in front of the camera. Like, I couldn't just turn it on like now and talk. Like, it's something that over time, and at the time I didn't think that I would ever get to the point where I could sit here and just talk and chat. But after a while, it, you know, your sentences and then your breath would start to get to, you know, a couple more sentences, then a paragraph, and then now you just can't shut the fuck up. Like, now I am how I am now. It's just, it's something that comes with time. Like, confidence is something that you build on. You just get used to seeing your face on camera and get used to talking to a lens, because I just pretend that I'm actually talking to my mate. I could be talking to my best mate Ellie right now. I just kind of look at the camera and think, all right, cool. So I'm just talking to you like I'd talk to one of my pals, and that's kind of where my confidence is. It's almost ignorance that it's a camera. Does that make sense? Yeah, well, you get what I mean. Big one. What was your life plan when you were 18? When I was 18, not a fat lot. I had no clue what I wanted to do. 18, I just finished school, and it was like, yeah, I did sixth form. I got my A levels. I did all right. I think I got an A and 2 Bs or something. And then they were like, oh, you've got to go to university. My dad, like, I'm the last of 4 kids. My dad's got 4 children. And yeah, like, he was like, you know, I'd really like you to go to university. And I was like, well, I don't know what I want to do. So at that point, the life plan was to just get through the next few years and then figure out along the way what that next life plan was. And I got through university, and guess what? I still didn't know what to do. I just knew that I was kind of good at aesthetics, kind of good at talking shit. Yeah, at one point I nearly moved to America doing commercial property leasing. That would have been a bad turn of events, because then none of this would have happened. I still would have done the cars, but you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda, what if, thank God I didn't get the visa to go. And then yeah, at 23 years old, I went to London and was like, right, PR is my game. And then beyond that, we went from PR to where I am now. So it's very disjointed, and it's not like there was ever like a designated path that I stuck to at any one point. At 18, I was like, I just wanted to get through the next few years without having to really explain to anyone what the crack was. So, and by the time I got to 25, I was like, yes, I'm in the right place. So if any of you guys are like wondering if you're 18, 19, 20, up to 25, whatever, like even beyond, like Christ, some people don't figure it out for even longer, but then you know when you're in the right place. Like right now, I'm in the right place, and I know that I'm in my own lane and I'm doing my own thing, and I'm really happy with that. But at 18, did I have a clue what I was up to? What other classics would you have if you had a collection? Oh, okay, off the top of my head, it would be 964 Turbo, classic, bad boys car. Also, just love the shape of those things. I've always been on the lookout for a 1992 C2 manual 964, and I just love them. E30 M3, classic. That's like the holy grail of everyone's, I think. And the early Skylines, like the Hakasuka, that shape is incredible. And then also a 66 Nova and a 65 Mustang, getting my sort of American muscle thing out of the way. And then if you want to go into sort of old Italian, it would have to be more like modern classic-y, like F40, F50. But you know, that's like so ridiculous, like they're unreal. But yeah, definitely on the 964 Turbo and the E30 M3, I think I would, and the Hakasuka and the 60. I just want all of them. But the Porsche and the E30 M3 are ones I'm defo striving for as I get older. How do you motivate yourself to continue whatever you're doing? Very quickly, because I know I've been on here quite long. How do I motivate yourself? You just got to keep going. Life is a series of sometimes like hard situations, and the people that keep on going and push through and get spat. The people that push on and crack on and get shit done are the ones that do something great with their lives. And you know, if everything was easy, then everyone would do it, and how boring would that be? You know, it's not always about the goal, essentially, it's the journey to get there and sort of the growth that you get from putting some hard work, put your back into it, you know what I mean? Like, I always kind of, if I'm sort of being a bit like, ugh, and I need motivation, I kind of just think like, shit, you don't get anywhere by doing nothing. So you just have to crack on, no matter how boring it is or how laborious. I'm like that when I try and edit my own videos. I'm just like, oh my God, like I am so rubbish at this, but you just got to keep going. And then once you got to the end of it, you know, you're just like, yeah, like I did that, no one else helped me. And your motivation, my motivation personally is independence. Like, I just always wanted to be an independent woman, pay for my own stuff, build my own, you know, build my own career, do all the rest of that. So I think, yeah, like the whole independent woman thing is what motivates me to do my thing. What is the key to get sponsors? That is easy. Remember, with anything in life, like I know people think with YouTubers that they'll just like, oh, just get free stuff. You have to give value. People can't just pay for what you want to do or give you free stuff. Like you have to provide ROI, return on investment. So therefore, some kind of analytical click through or a way of, you know, returning eyes on their product, or I don't know, there's so many analytics around. You just have to remember that they're not just going to pay for your hobby or something that you want just because you've got a few followers. Like, you have to make it work for them and for you. So providing value is like the bottom line with sponsors and sponsorship. What's the toughest thing you've had to learn regarding cars or life? Life is not fair. Life is hard at times, but life is also wonderful. And cars, they're heartbreaking because when they break your heart. That's probably the hardest thing that I've learned with cars. Right, last question, because I have been on here a while. Are you coming to the USA for any Formula D events this year? And next update on the S15. Yes, I will be at Long Beach in a couple of months' time, and hoping to do Englishtown, Sonoma, potentially Orlando, but not sure on that. And then definitely Irwindale. So that's 1, 2, 3. Is that 5 rounds or 4 rounds of Formula Drift this year? And then also, did I tell you? No, I didn't tell you. I'll be at the Mint 400 in Las Vegas in March, and also SEMA and the Baja 1000, which is in Mexico. So yeah, I'm going to be in the States quite a lot, probably doing about 8 or 9 trips for events and things like that. So any of the American people come through, would like to meet you all and do some stuff out there. Next update on the S15, I'm basically waiting till it breaks. Because right now I'm really enjoying driving the car. I've got to know every sort of inch of it, and it's, you know, I don't know, it's kind of, it's working the way I want it to work. I've got used to driving it at this power output. Pretty sure the gearbox is going to break soon, but we'll cross that bridge once we get to it. I'm hoping to do some competitions this year, so yeah, hopefully entering the car back into Drift Cup. We'll see what happens with that. And yeah, with the S15, yeah, I do want to do a little heart transplant on it soon, but we'll see. You know, let's not rush, shall we? All the gear, no idea, big engine, and then just pack it all up into a nice little sandwich box into the wall. I don't even know what I said by that. You know what I mean? We're just gonna run it till we break it, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with it next. Right, guys, it's been fun, actually. I kind of like talking about something which wasn't just cars on this channel for once. Sorry, that's my dishwasher. It's really loud. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this, or if you would want to do another one. Keep an eye on my Instagram, because that's probably where I do most of my updates about my videos and things like that. Let me know in the comments what you think. And then, yeah, I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!